You can't talk yourself out of problems. You behave yourself into. Stephen Covey. Greetings. My name is Joseph Yagar. Welcome to another Life in Perspective broadcast. My objective is to provide thought-provoking discussions so you can optimize your perspective on life. They say that abundance of anything, good or bad, is measured by how much you gave of it. Karma, energy flow, and law of attraction are but a few of the many terms used to describe the ongoing transactions within our emotional bank account. Is that a fair way to look at it? Before I continue, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so by clicking the subscribe link below. It's free and would be much appreciated. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look at any aspect of your life in which you feel lacking. What is your reason for it? Are you blaming something or someone? Are you feeling unlucky? Are you scared to go after it? Perhaps you just don't know how. Imagine religiously depositing money in your bank account, and when you want or need it, you hesitate and even reject the idea of withdrawing any. The thought of asking the bank to get some is egregious to you, and even if the bank says, "Hey, please take some," we make it a 24/7 convenience. You feel like you're imposing on the bank by depriving them of the opportunity to make more money on your money than you do. It sounds somewhat ridiculous, especially since I actually know people like that. But what is not uncommon is the fact that so many of us tend to feel just as I described when it comes to emotional transactions in the bank of life. My friends would call me the ultimate giver. If you asked me for something and I could give it or find a way to get it for you, I would in a blink of an eye. People always thought it's because I love giving, and of course, most times I do, but sometimes it's because I didn't want to say no for fear of being disliked or look bad. I gave with a smile, but it wasn't always a genuine one. Naturally, when I gave of my own free will, I felt great, fulfilled, and that I had value. But when I gave for fear of disapproval, I felt resentment, not towards those I gave to, but towards myself for not having the courage to say no. There came a time when I built so much resentment that my emotional bank account was so deep on overdraft, I was drowning in it. Yet the thought of accepting a kind gesture from someone, even in reciprocity, was taboo for me. It just wasn't right. Do you ever feel that way? Looking back, I dread to think of the state of mind I'd be in if I continued on this path. I'm not a psychologist, but depression and anger management would be regular on my diet, to say the least. So how did I end this vicious cycle, you may ask? Well, I didn't end it. Others helped me out of it, and they did it by asking me the following questions. "Joe, why do you like to give?" My reply, "Well, because I like it and it feels good." I know, it didn't always, but it did most of the time. Then I was asked, "Why do you refuse to take when someone wants to give you?" To which I answered, "I don't want to deprive anyone or be a burden." I still at that point didn't connect the dots and needed to be led like a child. But when you refuse, Joe, you deny others the opportunity to feel good in giving as you do. Needless to say, I receive more willingly these days, and what I further realized that by my desire to be liked and need for validation, I made the giving about me rather than whom I was giving to, which was selfish. How else could I feel but resentful and angry? I've come to understand that for any transaction to be successful, it must be equitable and a win-win for all parties involved. Furthermore, it must be the desired result for all involved. That means that if we realize that our gain may come at an undesirable expense to someone else, we stop and look to make it equitable, rather than knowingly take advantage of someone else's blind spot. We may have been conditioned to believe that we will end up ahead with such a practice, but it comes at a price we may not immediately see, nor would most of us agree to pay had we known it up front. It may be our reputation, credibility, integrity, wealth, friendships, and loved ones, just to name a few. Remember the karma, energy flow, and law of attraction we spoke of earlier? They're watching and keeping account of the deposits and withdrawals you make in every interaction and transaction you conduct in life. The manner in which you give and receive. No one to blame, no luck to fret. Just the decisions and choices you made and their consequences. The final audit when the sun sets will be your legacy. How do you want to be remembered? Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.